Fate, show no mercy.
You don't know the power of the dark side. We would be honored if you would join us. You don't know the power of the dark side. It is pointless to resist, my son.
Stretch out with your feelings. Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
What is up, everyone? This is BX Sports Jedi Kev in here for the BX Sports Jedi Network, the Bronx Bomber Strike Back podcast. We have a reaction. We have some news, breaking news. Of course, the news that everyone knows. It is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. This is recorded, previously recorded audio. So if you're joining us, this is recorded. This is on a recorded, and we're going to be airing it a little later in prime time. The New York Yankees did sign Aaron Judge. They get their big fish. Aaron Judge will return to the New York Yankees. 9-year deal, $65 million, 260. We saw the video I did yesterday, and thank you for the overwhelming support, overwhelming love. Thank you for everyone that listened, watched the video. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate it. Thanks for Yankee Morning Brew, for Train Express, Mikey Mazda, as well as Chris the Flash. Thank you so much for joining us on that roundtable discussion. Yes, well, I thought it would be $375 million for the New York Yankees. $375 million. Look at me again. $375 million for the New York Yankees to bring Aaron Judge. $365. So, one thing I want to say about this is remnants of the Bernie Williams move. Bernie Williams, if you all remembered, if you give you a quick history, everybody knows Bernie Williams wanted to be a New York Yankee. Boston Red Sox offered him almost the same deal. He went back to George Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner says, do you want to play with the Yankees? He says, yes. All right, I'll match it. He came back. Everyone knows that Hal Steinbrenner is in vacation. Now, I'll get to that in a moment. Hal Steinbrenner is on vacation in Italy. The offer on the table, Judge, I believe it was very contempt, very teased, or very conflicted on taking that deal, going to San Francisco. We almost lost Aaron Judge. Despite the fact that he signed with the New York Yankees. I think he was really leaning towards that. We also know about the famous tweet that John Heyman put out, the arson judge. I know I was on my way to the tweet came out, and I knew it was not going to be any legs to it when he misspelled. One, he misspelled it. Also, we deleted the tweet. It wasn't, he jumped the gun, all that to me, it could have been a tactic, a negotiating tactic where, they want to get the Yankees involved for the last minute, the last hour. Look, give me your best and final offer. One thing I'm going to give Aaron Judge a lot of credit, classy individual dealing with this free agency. He knows this was a business. He didn't take it personal. A lot of these people might take it personal. Not signed. He made it business-wise. He made a business decision. He bet on himself first and foremost. He didn't like the $213 million offer the New York Yankees gave him in the beginning of the season. Great. You know what? He went out there. He became a historic figure. American League home run hitting champion now belongs to him. and on a walk year, and he just handled it graciously here. Even if he would have signed with the Giants or with the Yankees, I think he handled this whole negotiation, the whole free agency like a class act. And that's why I think now that he signs for this 9-year deal, don't be surprised if the New York Yankees make him a captain. I know a lot of people says, "What is that? Well, what is that going to do? It doesn't move the needle, so forth." All the naysayers, whatever. It's still an honor to be one of the most winningest franchise of all of North American sports. You are the captain, the face of it, and for Aaron Judge, that is to me. I think that's a huge honor. I think me being a kid born and raised in the South Bronx, would love to play baseball. To even think about being a baseball player, he's doing one of that. He's became and to actually be called the captain of the most beloved at least my beloved franchise, or one of the best in the world. To be called the captain, the face of it, you're in some really rarefied air. We all know the captains from Manley to Jeter, Munson, so forth. And to Judge, you might be the next captain. That is an honor, and I know he conduct himself with class off and on the field. Says the right thing, do the right thing. So, for what happens in year 5, 9, year 8, year 7, if he breaks down and so forth. Well, if you get Aaron Judge, like Hector said on Yankee Morning Brew, you get Aaron Judge here for 5 strong years, and then by then the 27 million Giancarlo Stanton contract comes off the books. Now you could slide in Aaron Judge to play designated hitter. Now look, everyone's making it seem Aaron Judge is out there being Herman Munster. He is not Herman Munster in the outfield. The guy plays Gold Glove center field for the New York Yankees in the Major League Baseball in the American League. He has a rocket of an arm. He covers ground. He has. If it wasn't that he was 6'7", 6'8", he probably be, the height. He could play. He moves and he covers ground. Now, do you want him to play for many years in center field? Absolutely not. That's why they got the Harris Bader and possibly Brian Reynolds might be coming over here. Or you got Jason Dominguez in the pipeline. The point is, you could stick him. You're going to stick him in right field for the next 5-6 years. When the skill sets starts diminishing, look, Father Time gets all of our best players. Then you move him to the designated hitter role. He also has played first base in the minors, so you move him to first base. You worry about that 6 years from now. Don't worry about that now. Right now, Aaron Judge returning to the Yankees brings the Yankees back into the playoffs. Now, the playoffs is 50-50 crapshoot. So what's the point of having a 100-win season all the time? We haven't won a World Series with Aaron Judge. Well, since 2017, the Yankees have been in contention of getting not even getting the postseason, stamping their names in the postseason, and possibly, you never know. Baseball is it's right now, as we've seen it, just like hockey. When you get into the postseason, if you're right, the hand of your starting, you're as good as your starting pitching. And if you get 2 hot starting pitching, 2 or even 1 hot starting pitching and a very good bullpen, which the Yankees have they have that formula. They have to rebuild their bullpen again, which they're doing. Tony Kane signed, Holmes, they're stacked in their bullpen. Would have loved the butterfly closer? Absolutely, but he's not available in the free agent market. Kenley Henson signed with the Boston Red Sox. I wasn't so hot on Jensen as a closer. When I think of Dominic Closer, his name doesn't pop out to me. He's not no Edwin Diaz. Or any other these high price, class A. I don't think of a closer. I'm going to think of Jensen. I know he closed for the Dodgers and so forth, but doesn't move the needle for me personally. Maybe Clay Holmes, he just fatigued, a shoulder arm fatigue, and he just had it the wrong time. Maybe now, what is going through this, they don't know how to pace him and so forth. So I believe in the Yankees going to get back to their power arms and becoming Yankee bullpen strong again. So I wouldn't rule that out personally. Right now, Judge is back. Look, Yankees never leave their own walk away if they don't want to. Robinson Cano, of course, there was something more that meets the eye with Robinson Cano, in my opinion. He took the Seattle contract. I think there was a game of paid, Also, it was the first year of the JC company to represent. That was their first free ticket, big fish ticket. They got him a big contract. All that, it was a perfect storm for, in my opinion, for Robinson Cano to not be a part of the New York Yankees, and it worked fine. It worked fine there for Seattle. They, of course, you saw that they reacted. They had Plan B. I think they had Plan B for Judge, But I love the fact that, back to the story with Hal Steinbrenner. Hal is in Italy vacationing. When Heyman misspoke of the tweet, whatever the hell happened, the Yankees called in. He got involved. He did what George Steinbrenner would have done. He acted like his father. He called up Judge. Do you want to come back as a New York Yankee? Do you want to be home? Aaron Judge says, yes, apparently. I'll match that offer. Give you the same money for money from the Giants. Now, a mystery team. You know how it always goes. There's always a mystery team that gets in, that stick their nose in the business, tries to come out of nowhere and pretty woman the situation. And it was the San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres, I do not know where the hell they get all this money from. I guess there's a lot of money in Petco. I mean, a lot of money. I mean, of course, people love their pets and they go crazy buying stuff. Cheap plug for Petco. But they came in with an offer, 10-year, $400 million. It was like, whoa. I think Judge already have given his word as a true gentleman to Hal, and they matched it, and he agreed. If this would have gotten another 24 hours. Now, the notion that, people got it wrong, Judge was coming to San Diego. He was going to San Diego, but not to the Minter meetings, folks. He was going to San Diego for a connecting flight. He was going to Hawaii with his wife, celebrate his 1-year anniversary in Hawaii. They got married. Remember, they got married last year in Hawaii. And this year, they're going back to celebrate that. Now, one thing about the contract with Aaron Judge, it's agreed upon due to a physical. He has to take a physical, to put ink to paper. If you're a Judge going into Hawaii, my concern, my everything, stay in the hotel. You know what? Stay in the hotel. Stay by the beach. Sit, relax, put your feet up. Get a couple massage. Don't do no jet skiing. Don't do no zip line. Please stay away from volcanic activities. Stay away from the hiking. And just get back in one piece, physically 100% healthy, because then the contract is void and we're going back to bending back in a hamster wheel of turds. And I do not want that. I want you to be healthy. I want you to sign with the Yankees. We want to have that press conference, and we want to name you the next captain. So enjoy your vacation in Hawaii, but do not get injured, Mr. Aaron Judge. So he is signed. I love the fact that Hal got in, but for Hal to be in this important situation here, to free agency and the decision making about opening up his wallet, go of this threshold, yes or nay, or important situation. I know, hey, look, right now, this is modern time. You could get in communication with anybody, anywhere from, you want to tweet. Even go back and pigeons. But my point is, there's a way of getting to Al Steinbrenner in that yacht in Lake Como in Italy. But I would have loved him to be closer to the vest, to be closer here. I know to this. This is important. This is your franchise. For us, at least Yankee fans, to us, this is very important. That's why it shows, and I understand why the fan base gets on Hal. He kind of treated it like a business. The Yankees, it's a business, we can't, money-wise. But for us one thing here for us as fan base, to call him really cheap, we can't call Hal cheap. Not because he signed Aaron Judge here. We got 3 players with over $200 million contracts on the roster. You can say three of $300 million contracts in Judge, Stanton, and Cole. That's a lot of money. And he wants to win, but something for us, maybe it might not, because of the results on the field, may not be the right decision. The right players, we always want to upgrade. Players underachieve, we want to get rid of them, and so forth. But the Yankees are spending money. The point is, they made the money. They signed their man. The Yankees did not get let out, was not outbid. was not all outmatched by other teams. San Francisco had a lot of money as well. But think about it. If Judge would have went to San Francisco, they're lacking pitching. Their number one starter is on the free agent market. And that's why I'm going to pivot now to Carlos Rendon. San Francisco doesn't seem like they're going to bring their number one starter back in a league where you need pitching, especially if you're going to be in that National League West with the Dodgers, the Padres. They're stacked. They're stacked there, and you need pitching. First and foremost, you need pitching, and for them to let Rendon, a lefty, go with, you have the Juan Sotos and company, Muncy and company, and you're going to let them go. Me personally, everybody would like Rendon to come with the New York Yankees and sign for the New York Yankees. I kind of like it too at a number. I'm talking about maybe $27 million a year. Although Rendon is looking for 30 probably for 6 years. Do you do it? You want to do it because that's how much time I think you're going to get the best of Aaron Judge, and you want pitching. Rendon will be 36. Pitchers have been pitching. Look at Verlander. Look at Scherzer. They're pitching into the 40s, and they're pitching well. Rendon already has had his surgery, his Tommy John surgery, so I don't think I think he's going to be durable. I don't think he's going to break down. I don't think hopefully, knock on wood, he don't have any more arm troubles. Doesn't, rarely what happens. So it'll be a good investment for lefty if they bring Rendon. You make that starting pitching stacked. You get Cole. Say Rendon signs Severino. Nestor Cortez, Frankie Montas on a walk here. We mentioned that yesterday on the screen when I had the guys on. And also you have a Domingo Germán, Clark Schmidt. If you don't trade, you have other guys, minor young guys that you could bring up in your system that you're gonna give start. Yankees personally, if there is money here even with this signing, but look at this, Judge is gonna make 42 million. You lose $20 million from Chapman. You also from Brandon, pretty much paid for the Aaron Judge contract, and you bring him some relievers. You bring, you could promote younger kids, up and let them pitch that Chapman or you probably get the same amount or even better results what you get from a Chapman and Britton last season. I'm not saying overall body of work from last season. I think that's why it makes sense to. That's why the Judge move makes sense, where you could sign a Rendon going forward. You could add that to that payroll. Also, I would like to see the Yankees take a flyer or kick the tires, get an offer, find out what is it going to cost, and have a number in mind. I keep saying it. I say it all time and time again. I said it, JLI. I'm a fan. I want them to see if they could get Noah Syndergaard into New York. I believe bring Noah Syndergaard back. He guided the Philadelphia Phillies into the World Series, the National League run. And he knows how to pitch in New York City. One thing he has, public enemy, he does not like. Some reason those pitchers, those young pitchers that guided the New York Mets to the World Series, they all have a chip on their shoulder against the Mets organization. I have no idea what the hell is going on over there. I know Steve Cohen is the new owner and so forth, whatever. The Wilpons are out, but that stigma of these guys when it comes from Wheeler, you saw DeGrom bailed out on the Mets. You also see here Syndergaard. Even Taijuan Walker left. I know that the Mets weren't thinking about bringing him back anyway. Taijuan Walker signed with the Philadelphia Phillies. Another haven, another Mets haven location. When they leave the Mets, they go to the Phillies. He signed. He's going back. He's going to Philadelphia. So the Mets are going to see a Taijuan Walker, in their division, and something about that where these pitchers, they go to Philadelphia and they excel. They dislike New York Mets. And if I'm the Yankees, I'm calling to see, he made $23 million last year. $23 million last year for the Phillies. Pitched well, got him in the postseason. He already had his arm surgeries. He's probably his arm is getting stronger. You saw how he pitched in the playoffs, and I think he's excelling. Also, the stigma, you with the big bag Yankee store, you could sell a lot of the Thor. He did it with the Mets. You do the Thor's things, all that marketing, but the caveat. Stick it to the Mets every time you go out there, back page, and the Mets got to see you excel and do it with the paint stripes. My goodness, if you could get them for $25 million, you give me, you're telling me 4 years, 110, 107 or whatever, a little bit over 25, 25 and a half, 26 per year. Or you would give your safety blanket, because if Montas doesn't work out, you can move. You can let Montas walk, and sign another, a deal elsewhere. Where at the end of the year, you still have a starter there to save, because the Yankees do not have any young up and coming pitchers that is going to be major league ready to step in. I know that they hire on Clark Schmidt. We saw Clark Schmidt. He's got to take a big step next season. He was excel in the bullpen. I don't know if he's starter worthy. We don't know about that. He has the stuff. He has all the pitching, but I don't know if he put it together. But so personally, I would like that. The Yankees don't. I know everyone wants to see Correa come to the New York Yankees. I think the Giants will, because the Giants lost out on giving that big contract to Judge, and they got to bring in someone big in that fan base, because you tease the fans. You tease the fans on bringing this big fish, and if you don't do nothing or pivot to bring in players afterwards, it's not going to look good. I think the market is heating up for Xander Bogaerts. The Padres look like they're in. They really want a shortstop. Although Correa, I will go with Swanson. If I'm Swanson might end up with San Diego. We ain't going to cost him an arm and a leg too high. You could bring him in there, good, solid player. You don't need him to do the offensive heavy lifting. You just want him to play some solid defense, play and hit. Timely hitting. You got the big guns there already that hit. In Machado, Tatis, and so forth, and Soto and so forth. You could bring in that Swanson, where a lot of pressure. I think that would be a great destination for Swanson. I like him for the a little bit because of the AVA, the money value that you could get for. It's not going to cost the Yankees too much. For the Yankees, personally, also Xander Bogaerts. I know the Red Sox now they sound Jensen. I don't know if Bogaerts might be their number one priority, but I'm telling you, if another organization offers him a contract, 3 years, with some money that he thinks is respectful, I think he'll say goodbye to Boston. I think he'll be gone. I don't see him returning to Boston, because he's going to feel that they also got Jeter Downs there, and I don't think he doesn't feel loved or appreciated by the Red Sox. That's just the way it looks, the tea leaves. But Xander Bogaerts, I know folks don't I kind of do like him. I personally said, I mentioned yesterday with the guys on the round table. I say that Xander Bogaerts, he idolizes Derek Jeter. He wears number 2. He loves the shortstop position. He played in the American League East. He knows the up and down. He knows how to hit in the American League East, Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park, Tropicana Field, Camden Yards, so forth. American League player, championship pedigree with the Red Sox, who played, who knows about our postseason, the expectation levels, all that, a makeup. I believe that would be a great addition, especially coming over to the New York Yankees. Now that Jeter's more active, no longer president of operations in the Marlins. You see him more with the Yankees interviewing. You see him more, as I think, teasing Derek Jeter kind of being in the Yankees Yes Network booth at times for a couple games just to come in, or on the Yes Network analyst, whatever the case is, a job possibly with the Yes Network commenting. He'll be around the team. The point is, he'll be around the team now. Bogaerts is a fan. You could probably get him here. You could possibly get Bogaerts. Then now, what if you do get Bogaerts? Here's my scenario personally. I know you can't go out and spend money like a drunken sailor. $260 million payroll. I understand the Yankees don't want to go over that third luxury tax, the Cohen tax. I get it. It's a business. These billionaires do not make money making stupid decisions. They're smart. They're the reason why they continue to multiply their billions. I believe that they will exploit. If there's no Bogaerts is possibly on the table, or any of the shortstop, or even if they stay with Volpe and Peraza, I still think there's a world where you could actually move an IKF to free up $6 million. You could eat Donaldson's money. You could eat 15 out of the 20 and have one with $10 million. You sign a prospect. You could still share payroll with Aaron Hicks. You could, right there is like almost $35 million that you could try to move. You might have to ask one of your picks or international signing bonus money, because the Yankees do have that, or opportunities. I believe that they could move. I would also try to exploit a trade partner for Gleyber Torres. I am a fan of Gleyber Torres. I mentioned my sons for Christmas. I wouldn't mind. The next jersey that I would love to have gotten would be Gleyber Torres. I'm a big fan. I am a fan of Torres. I've got everyone, but I just need Torres right now. but I'm going to hold off on it because I'm right now advocating, possibly dangling the carrot that's called Gleyber Torres. If you're not going to sign Carlos Rendon, or if you want to do Rendon, and I would try to see if I could get Torres to try to get a pitcher. I know Yankees need a market for a big, strong number one pitcher. I don't know if Milwaukee will do Woodrow, will do Burns, or you look around. I know we talk about Pablo Lopez last year, or another pitchers like that on there. You could always make the conversation call. I know we were talking about Pittsburgh, Ryan Reynolds, Bernard for the reliever closer. If they want to do that with Torres, you got to center around Torres, one of the shortstop. I know they got O'Neal Cruz. We were mentioning that. I just want to rehash a little bit what we talked about yesterday around the round table. Well, I know they have O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz is 6'7". You don't see a 6'7" shortstop. You can move him at a third base. He has a third baseman body. You bring in, you could do a Peraza, and you can still keep a Lope, or you either or flip flop. Austin Wells. You could make moves there, and Gleyber Torres could be a center piece, or you could, back at the Benintendi, you bring in a Brian Reynolds. You bring a closer in Bernard, and you have yourself some a nucleus there. I also a little bit. You could move. You also have Oswaldo Cabrera. Oswaldo Cabrera is a player who could play multiple positions with DJ LeMahieu. I know DJ LeMahieu with his foot, we don't know. He hasn't had the surgery. They're trying to say avoid surgery, but personally, I think he's going to end up with surgery, and I will hate it because it's going to happen near when about the season is going to start. And he's not going to be ready for opening day. That's just my opinion. I'm throwing it out there. I want love. If you're going to get the surgery now, don't fart around. Get healed up. Get ready and be done with it, because when you're trying to without surgery, I think it's gonna eventually, that's inevitable. And I want DJ fully healthy, because that bat is very, 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 very intriguing in that lineup. But the point is, you exploit a trade for Torres. You try to see if you can get these arbitrage contracts in a Donaldson final year, Aaron Hicks, it's going to be tough. Personally, if Aaron Hicks comes back as the fourth outfielder, it's not a bad thing. Personally, when it's a new season, fresh new start, he could be that fourth outfielder. I won't play him every day. I won't be, starting center fielder. No way. I'll play him, he's a switch hitter who can hit. I'll find out whichever way he comes out hot in spring training, that's when he's gonna hit. If he's hitting lefties, he's gonna be the right-handed platoon. If he's hot against the the right-hander hitting, he'll be my lefty. To come in whenever there's a tough lefty that you want to give, a day off, a spell here and there. That's the way I would play it. And if you try to get Benintendi, between Benintendi, if we're not gonna go with the Brian Reynolds, and we need to sign a left fielder, because I obviously think you do need a left fielder for the Yankee Stadium. You need a left fielder who could play that defensive-minded, who's a contact hitter. Benintendi fits the bid. I know we didn't see much of him. He left us with wanting more, but trust me, he's a good left fielder. I know the talks of Brandon Nimmo. My personal opinion, my preference, I would have liked to take Andrew Benintendi over Brandon Nimmo. That's just me. I know Brandon Nimmo is hustles and all that good stuff when he walks and does that. He's a tough, gritty player. Maybe that Brett Gardner role that we as Yankee fans would appreciate and love. I know Met fans love him, but he's going to command $150 million. I think you get him less. I think you get Benintendi for less, in my opinion. That's why I'm surprised. Good job on Corbin Bellinger going for $17 million over to the Cubs. If we knew him, but then everybody would have panicking. Oh, they're Bellinger. He's going to take Judge's spot. But that ship sailed. Thank God that passed. But I would have loved Benintendi personally, as I want him back as a left fielder. If you can make that move for Reynolds, and we don't know, is there another team out there with a center fielder or an outfield piece that we do not know? That's why the final day of the winter meetings, Wednesday, December 7th, anything can happen. Talks doesn't mean that talks will break down. There might be engaging starting talks. Let's take the break for a moment here after the winter meetings, holiday, and we'll re-engage on some trade talks. Maybe I think at this winter meetings, I think the free agency is what's moving. I think after the holidays, after the free agency, all the dust kind of settles a little bit, or the big fishes, is when we're going to start seeing the trade wheeling and dealing after the Christmas break. That's just my opinion. Remember, these rosters guys want to start getting, I think immediately, because there's a World baseball classic. They want to see who's going to get protected, what new teams, who's not going to play for, for the prospective countries, so forth like that. So that's just my opinion on that one there. All in all, for the Yankees here, return back to the New York Yankees. We'll see what they'll do here. Again, my wish list personally, I want to, if it's Rendon and Syndergaard personally, I would have mind those two, and then give me Benintendi in left field. That's the way. And if they don't do nothing else, I'm fine with that. Be honest with you. I'll be fine with that. Or my next case scenario, if you don't do Syndergaard, give me Bogarts, and then try to trade Torres with Torres or Peraza, Wells, just something there to try to get then something. Maybe you want to get number one starting pitching. One of the uncontrollable kids out there. I don't know if that will get it done. It's hindsight is wishing well. It's hypotheticals. Even if you don't get Bogarts. Or if you don't, even if you don't sign Benintendi, if you could do that move where you not Benintendi, Sander Bogarts. If you don't get Bogarts at your shortstop position, you could put Volpe. You still got IKF. You could try to see Torres with, of course, I want to mention Austin Wells. If we go talk to Pittsburgh, if you go get it, especially if Judge is not going to stay here for so long, you might, maybe Jason Dominguez become expendable. Maybe now with Judges staying here, and you got Spencer Jones. Remember that name, folks. We mentioned him on the podcast yesterday. Spencer Jones. He might be a name. He's another 6'7", 6'8" in the minor leagues. He's tearing up the single A in the minor league system for the New York Yankees. A name there who's just a monster. And if that guy is projected the way they think of, maybe the Martian becomes expendable. Maybe Jason Dominguez does become expendable, where you might want to make a move. If the Yankees think they have just enough here to get over the hump against Astros. The Astros took a hit losing Verlander. I know they got Abreu as a first baseman, but it's pitching. I still think the Yankees need another frontline starter who could get it there. We're hoping that this guy Montas picks up the slack. We lost Jamerson Tyone. He is now a Cub. Good job on him, by the way, getting that good contract for the Cubs. Cubs need pitching. Tyone is a decent pitcher. He pitched well for the Yankees. Not great. He was good. He was serviceable. He was a good number 4 starter. Good job there from him. Good job him for the Cubs. They get him going in there. So personally, good luck there to Jamerson Tyone. I have nothing negative really to say with him. He was a really good pitcher when we needed him to pitch last season when we were doing a losing streak. He kept the Yankees in on a lot of games. We knew that he wasn't nothing, he wasn't going to be overpowering, but he was decent. And you could ask for, give us a chance. Tyone delivered. So good luck there with the Cubs, in my opinion. And good luck. I know that's Cole's best friend there on the team, but this is a business at the end of the day there. So let's see what the Yankees do. Let's see what your thoughts there. If you are listening to this was recorded earlier, so we're going to air this a little later while I'm on the Knicks broadcast. So I just wanted to record it and have it there. Don't forget to watch us on the audio platform. Anywhere you hear the audio, will be on the audio platform on Apple, Google, Spotify, Spreaker. Anywhere you get your audio, in Amazon Music, in iHeartRadio. So hit that like, subscribe, follow us whenever we do any of the audio platform, or here on the YouTube, like on the Facebook app, the Twitch, in the LinkedIn, anywhere you see us, Rumba, you name it, you got it. Support us. BX Sports Jedi Network, Bronx Bomber Strike Back, particularly this is the Yankee podcast. We also do all the MMA weekly with Austin and Chef Dan. They break down all the MMA fights. Heal the Ring podcast with wrestling as well. The Jets of Lorient, all about the Jets, the Giants with Chef Dan Report, and the Rangerstown Republic, New York Rangers as well. So we really appreciate you guys watching along. Don't forget to support our friends in the Yankee War Chain Express, Mikey Mazda, and Chris the Flash SHT. So please check it out. Their shows or their links are in the community board of the Jedi Network. Just click onto them. Then you see their videos there. I share a lot of the videos or on the social media, in the Twitterverse, and just follow along and tell them I send these. I'm BX send you. And again, thank you for supporting the Bronx Bombers Strike Back. We probably have a couple more videos for 2022 to do on the Yankees perspective. And I know the year ain't out yet. Even though it's wow, can't believe it's December 7th. But we'll talk a little more about the Yankees before the year comes through there. But I wanted to thank everyone for supporting through the Yankees watch along. Jerome Peralta, Maria. Thank you for your support, as well as Michael Caputo from It's Over Yanks. I know he's all over the place. The Pope of Sports, passionate Davar Counting Cigars. Davar, always providing the BX Sports Jedi Network cigars. I got my cigars from Davar. Thank you, Davar. Just took it out of the humidor today. So, I'm just trying to get past through a cough. I want to enjoy this cigar probably for Christmas Eve. Hopefully this cough and this upper respiratory infection leaves finally, and I can enjoy the Monte Cristo that you sent. So Davar Counting Cigar, a friend of the program, watch along, always blesses us with cigars, and he's a good supporter, so I wanted to shout you out. Definitely, of course, all the Yankee fans that watch along with us every time we put a stream, from Logan Howell. All the names. I know it's so many of you guys, but I do remember each and one of you at the moment. I just wanted to thank you and shout you guys out in this video. Judge is back. Enjoy. Steve. I know Steve Feldman was saying Judge is leaving. He's back, my friend Steve. I know I'm going to see you on the Knicks podcast later on, but when we air this, so just wanted to shout you out. I appreciate everyone that listens to me and gives me your time, and I really appreciate it. I want to thank you personally. So the Bronx Bombers, I don't think they're finished. We'll be talking some more videos of some signings, the pitching. Looks like they, I think they'll get some things done, because I believe before Christmas, the 9th, 20th, before that week, they want to do the Yankee press conference in Yankee Stadium with all, how beautiful Yankee Stadium look with the Christmas trees and stuff, naming Judge the captain, bringing their free agent signings, all that press conference stuff. And of course, the beat writers want to go eat some shrimp in Yankee Stadium, but, so I digress. So again, thank you again. We appreciate you guys. This is BX Sports Jedi Network thanking you guys. Hey, may the Bronx Bombers strike back, baby. See you later.
Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
We would be honored if you would join us.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It is pointless to resist, my son.
Stretch out with your feelings.